Well, speaking of revolutionary movies from the 1970s that turned around Hollywood and gave people optimism again,
Yes.
we watched the original Rocky movie, which I
Yeah.
gotta say, I am gonna pat myself on the back for that transition right there, because I was
Yes.
trying to think of how I would tie that together, but I pulled it off.
You did it. You did very well done. Well done. uh yes. Yes. So we watched Rocky. Rocky Balboa.
Yeah. Put Stallone on the map.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, yeah. So I guess we'll just give like a brief overview of the plot because I think most people know what Rocky's about.
Right?
It's
Even if you haven't seen Rocky, you've seen enough references and you know the song Flying High now and
Yeah. Yeah, and in the moment when he runs up the steps and he's like,
or Adrian.
yeah, Adrian, yo, Adrian. Uh, so Sylvester Stallone is Rocky Balboa. He's the Italian stallion. He's in Philadelphia, and he's an up and coming boxer who
Or at least he
uh,
was up and coming.
he was up and coming, yeah. And then he of course he works. His day job is working for a loan shark. You know, making collections and threatening to break guys' thumbs. Um, and but he's training in this boxing club that's run by Mickey, of course, played by Burgess Meredith, who most
I
people
think,
remember as the Penguin from Batman.
yep, it's this and the Penguin.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
I think the other content, I actually know. So basically, he is a boxer who's like about to hit 30, and boxing isn't exactly a sport for old men.
Right.
So, and he can win fights, but he's kind of seen as a bum who fights other bums, and he's breaking thumbs for a loan shark, or
Yeah.
he's told to break thumbs for a loan shark.
Yeah.
Because one of the things about Rocky is that he's just a genuinely nice guy.
Yeah. Yeah, and you also see that too with him trying to court Adrian, who in the movie she's working in a pet store that's like right around the corner from his apartment. And of course, lucky him, he happens to be friends with her brother Paulie, who is uh, very treats her very poorly and is a severe alcoholic.
Yep, who works at the meatpacking plant, and he's about, I would say, 5, 10 years older than Rocky, just very hard bitten.
Yeah, yeah. Um, and of course, but the major plot point is that Apollo Creed, who's played by the late Carl Weathers, he's the heavyweight champion of the world. Largely inspired by Muhammad Ali, just by his personality and how bombastic he was and
Hmm.
everything. But he's got a big title fight for the bicentennial, and but unfortunately his opponent broke his hand, so now he's got to find someone else to fight. And Apollo's going through the boxing registry, and then he comes across Rocky Balboa, the
Right.
Italian,
And the
the
problem is that
Italian.
anybody who's actually a competitor doesn't want anything to do with it.
Right. Yeah. So he's like, oh, Rocky Balboa, the Italian stallion. And of course, and he's not thinking about fighting him. He's thinking about the promotion and the money and everything that's going to come with it. The marketing and of course his trainer's sitting there going, well, Balboa's a southpaw. I don't know if I like you fighting him. And then Paul's like, I'll drop him in 3 rounds.
Yep. So Rocky gets the shot of a lifetime, and the movie is about him training and preparing to take his shot at the title.
Yes. Yeah. And
So,
yeah.
go ahead.
No, no, no. Go ahead.
So, so this is one of those movies where some historical context makes a lot of sense. Um, It was an age where there was rampant inflation. A controversial Republican had left office, to be followed by a widely perceived as weak-willed successor.
Yeah.
That oil stopped flowing from the Middle East. Truly unimaginable times. But
Yeah. Yeah.
um, but this is and also Hollywood movies at that time were like we'd had like the big bust of Dr. Dolittle and Hello Dolly to just kind of end the feel good part of the 60s and creatively.
Yeah.
Um, and so then it was just a period where like every Hollywood studio went bankrupt at some point in the 50s and 60s.
Yeah.
Um, like I think I want to say that Warner Brothers around this time was bought by a darned parking lot company, the first of like their awful series of owners.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah.
Um, and so a lot of creatives were just told to go crazy, just don't spend a lot of money. So that's what gave us things like Star Wars, Jaws,
Yes.
and Rocky.
Yeah.
And, and Rocky was like the perfect movie at the perfect time. Like with so I remember recently that Seth Rogan recently made an ass of himself online, which it ends in Y. What else do you expect?
Yeah. Yeah.
He was trying to say Stallone only has 4 good movies in him. I don't like Rocky because it's a sports movie.
Lay off the bongs, Seth.
Yeah, or just like enjoy a story that is like somebody stepping up, getting their one chance in life, and
Yeah.
making the most of it. It's just, yeah,
Yeah.
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 Um, but anyways, this was the perfect movie for the perfect time. People weren't feeling too good about American life, and it was the 200th anniversary. So this
Yeah.
movie comes out showing a guy in a really like ratty part of Philly stepping up, and also ongoing deindustrialization in the Rust Belt. If they were even
Right.
calling it the Rust Belt at that point, it was basically becoming the Rust Belt.
Yeah.
Like, and I've walked around parts of Philadelphia. It doesn't look all that. Or actually, there are sections that don't look all that different than what Rocky was living in.
Mm. Yeah.
And what I thought was just, and this is the movie that got Stallone an Oscar,
Yep.
which is very funny given his later reputation.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think so. We've talked about this before. I'm more of a Stallone guy. You're more of a Schwarzenegger guy.
Yeah.
I would say that Schwarzenegger has a generally higher hit rate, but when Stallone hits, he hits hard.
It does. Yeah.
And also, I believe up to this point, Stallone had been starring in adult movies, and I think he actually might
Yeah.
have been a part-time boxer, if I'm recalling correctly. Where he was
Uh,
having to do like weird things to make ends meet.
yeah, he was. Yeah. And yes, you are right. He did an adult film, which actually after this movie came out, they changed the title of it to The Italian
Of
Stallion.
course, of course. Got to strike while the iron is hot.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
as I recall, he wrote the screenplay for it, and gosh, it's been too long since I thought about this. I should have looked this up before the show, but
Yeah.
there was somebody else they were considering for it, and I can't think of who it was.
Oh, to play Rocky?
Yeah, like who was going like
Oh, well, let's
like
check out
because like
IMDb here.
let's see here.
Da, da.
Anyway,
Yeah.
my point is that they were talking about having some like actual big name to it, but Stallone kind of insisted on playing the role himself, which boy, that was one of the smartest moves in movie making history.
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, so I'm looking at here. So that Robert Redford, that would not have worked.
No, too pretty.
Ryan O'Neal, Burt Reynolds, Nick Nolte, and James Caan.
Okay, of that set, Nick Nolte could have probably done it the best, or at least like had like some of the spirit of the character.
Yeah.
But now it's like it's Stallone. It's like he's the
Yeah.
hard bitten guy who like there are just multiple scenes of him trying to make people's days better for no reason. He's too soft to be a good loan shark thug.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, and the loan shark, I think, even catches on to that too. He's like, yeah, yeah, no.
Like Rocky, when I tell you to break someone's thumb, it doesn't just reflect, and you don't. It doesn't reflect on you. It reflects on me.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not running a charity here.
Yep. Um, and watch. So I'd only ever seen this once before. When I was in college, I just binged the whole series over the course of a few weeks because my local Hollywood Video happened to have a set of it.
Yeah,
And watching it through, like there are now some characters who I understand their functional purpose.
yeah,
So, just for example, Paulie, Adrian's brother and Rocky's friend, he's basically there to be what Rocky could turn into in 10 years if he doesn't get his way out of there.
yeah,
Um, Adrian is there to be his inspiration, but also just to show what somebody who isn't into he can kind of explain things to her. Like he actually explains what a southpaw is.
yeah,
The other thing is that Rocky is a bit of a dork
yeah. Yes, yeah,
because his idea of a pickup line for Adrian is to he shows up at the shop every day and tells her a bad joke.
yeah,
He is very hard to dislike, and
yeah.
we were talking about those other actors earlier before. Can you imagine Burt Reynolds delivering the jokes that Rocky was doing in a way that wasn't like wouldn't have actually worked on a woman? You know what I mean?
No,
Like Burt
yeah.
Reynolds has so much magnetism that he could have made the bad Rocky jokes work.
Oh yeah, yeah. He could have, yeah, yeah. um. Oh yeah, yeah. And then, and of course, Mickey. His, his trainer who, he's the we were talking before the show, the great scene in there where he's in Rocky's apartment because he knows that Rocky's about to fight Apollo, and he's trying to get him to try to get Rocky to let him be his manager, and he's like trying to convince him. He's like, see, I fought in this fight here, you see that,
Yeah, 21 stitches.
21, yeah, yeah. And Rocky's just like ignoring him the entire time.
Goes to the bathroom, starts playing darts in front of him, just
Yeah.
looks anywhere but him. Because
Yeah.
earlier in the movie, Mickey had called him a bum, and he taken away his locker at the club.
Yeah.
So, and the scene actually kind of reminded me a bit of that one scene we were kept praising in Rambo, where he just completely breaks down. It's not nearly as tragic, but it's still very much in the same sense of, why weren't you there for me 10 years ago? You didn't ask. I did. You just weren't listening.
Yeah. He's like, it stinks. My whole life stinks.
My legs don't work.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, they do eventually end up working together. And that is a thing I noticed is like there's a lot of reconciliation in this movie. Like Paulie has a drunken Christmas meltdown, but he's still allowed around. Mickey does end up working with Rocky even after that, like because Sylvester Stallone is an outspoken Christian, and I think that sort of forgiveness, like even if you have to expel the demons, so to speak, with like by shouting at him,
Yeah.
You do forgive and forget.
Hmm.
At least that's kind of what I'm reading into it, because this is definitely a Stallone movie, like through and through.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like he has certain habits where he likes to write his main characters as this type of guy with a heart of gold who doesn't really do anything terribly wrong, and even when he's in situations where realistically somebody would have done something shady, like say in I thought he was a little bit too clean nosed for Tulsa King.
Yeah,
that was my one complaint about the first season that I watched. But like this is like the perfect blend. Like he basically keeps doing the Rocky blend for a lot of things, and this is like the perfect
Yeah.
application of it.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yes, definitely. Yeah.
And it is so weird that we have technically had what 8 movies in this continuity with Creed.
Yes. Yeah. No.
Is it 9
Nine.
now? That's
9.
right, because we've had what 3 Creed movies and
Yeah.
6
6.
Rocky movies.
Yeah. Yeah. Oof. Wow.
By the 4th movie, Paulie had a robot wife.
Yes.
I wish I was making this up.
No, no, he's not making it up. That's in the movie. Yeah.
But no, like this is one of the all-time greats. It's fun to just watch occasionally. I actually cried a little bit at the ending, um, which I won't. It is very, you know what? This is a 50-year-old movie. This is your chance to not know how the fight ends.
Yeah.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So Rocky doesn't technically win. He just goes the distance, and they call the match and award it to Creed on technical grounds.
Yeah.
Like neither one of them knocks out the other. It is just a brutal fight.
Oh yeah.
And as Rocky is like Rocky's first thought as the fight ends is he's like his eyes are swollen just about shut. They had to cut him earlier so he could release some blood pressure so he could see.
Yeah. Yeah. You cut me, Vic. You cut me.
And all he could think about is Adrian, and it was just so beautiful.
Yeah.
The big softy in me just melted a bit.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Me too.
But I went on a big diatribe. Is there anything that you wanted to bring up that I didn't cover?
I think I can't really think of anything. No, I think you've very well covered it. Yeah. No, this is a great movie. It still holds up. It's a classic for a reason. Um, you know, I dare say probably I may put this at the top of the movies in the franchise. I mean, I know a lot of people say Rocky 4 was the best one. But I don't know. I think this one was just a pure Rocky movie. You know.
There's something nice about the simplicity of this one.
Yeah.
Like Rocky 4 has it's bigger, it has a badder enemy,
Yeah.
but like Rocky basically completed his character arc here.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
He proved he could step up. The rest of it was just kind of him stepping up to different threats over and over again, including Mr. T.
Yes.
I'm also not making that up.
Nope. Nope. Clobber Lang. I pity the fool.
Was that? I wondered, was that his catchphrase before that movie, or is that what introduced it?
I don't know. I'll be honest. I'm not up on Mr. T lore.
Right, I'm not a Mr. Theologist, but
Yeah.
I'm lacking in Mr. Theology.
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah.
Didn't go to seminary.
No, I didn't either. Yeah. Yeah. Mickey. He's a wrecking machine.
Yeah. And I don't want to say like the other movies aren't worth watching.
No, Rocky 5.
Okay, Rocky 5 is bad.
Yeah.
That's the only one that I say like really has no merits.
No, it doesn't. No. Yeah. But and I've only seen the first Creed. I haven't seen 2 or 3.
I haven't seen any of them.
Yeah.
But and there's a reason that this thing has embedded itself so deeply in American culture.
Yeah.
Because this is like the quintessential American story. And for the 250th anniversary, if you haven't seen it before, give it a go.
Indeed. Yes. Currently on Netflix.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I think we've said all we need to say for tonight.